Hey, this is How to Kill an Hour. My name is Marcus Bronzy.
I'm Sean.
How you doing, Sean? You alright?
Very good, bro. Very good. How's things?
Yeah, I'm alright, man. I'm alright. Before we crack on with today's show, let's tell you a little bit about the show. This is the show where I, Marcus Bronzy, and my good friend Sean look at the internet, tell each other some jokes, talk about some crazy stories, and of course, talk to each other about how we've been killing time throughout the week. Now, Sean, in the WhatsApp group that we have between us and the brethren, the mandem, the clique, we've been talking about doing some pretty cool stuff over the next few weeks. I've been firing around some pretty cool ideas. It's great to see that this fall...
Let's go.
It's great to see that this fall we're going to be doing some cool stuff. So yeah, I'm going to be that guy, Sean, that's going like, do you want to do this? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that over the next few weeks? And hopefully we can share that with the crew, which is you, the listeners here of How to Kill an Hour, which leads us on to the first part of the show, Sean, which is called Kill a Bit. Whether it's big, whether it's small, whether it's short, whether it's tall. How you been killing a bit of time this week, broski?
I killed a lot of time over the weekend.
So,
hey, it's not that exciting. I'm not going to lie. It's not that exciting.
Okay, go on.
I spent the whole weekend watching the Ryder Cup.
The Ryder Cup. Now, we were talking about this before we press record. You're somebody who really does... Sorry, computer. You're somebody who really does enjoy watching sports.
All the sports, except for...
Baseball. We get to that in a second. If you don't mind.
Calm.
So I know that you watch football prolifically. I know that you're a Spurs fan.
You didn't have to say that. Oh,
I just want to... Listen... Is what it is, isn't it, bro? It's what it is. Tough season.
Surprisingly, not so far for us.
But yeah, you're a football fan, but I feel like golf is something that I'm seeing more and more of our friends get into, and it could be something to do with our age, isn't it? Like golf,
definitely something to do with our age.
Yeah, because it's not. You have to respect from what, and I'm just going in on this, but you have to respect the level of skill going into golf, because if you don't, it must be thoroughly boring to watch, because it's got that commentary where it's like, and here we have Sean stepping up. He's got his, I'm going to get all the words wrong, by the way. He's got his 3-putter out, which has a little bit of extra 2 ounces of weight at the bottom of it. He's used this in the past to putt over 30 yards before.
He's brilliant.
He's going for another 30-yard putt, and as we can see him just line up, he wipes the sweat from his brow. And then you hear someone in the background go like, a tissue, and someone goes, quiet please. You know that? It's really I love that kind of stuff.
This is how golf commentary goes. It's fairly like chill and mundane, but there's one brother who Wayne Riley. Yeah, it's Australian. He comes out with some absolute gems.
Yeah.
Absolute gems. And I think he does it on purpose, but he will start really loud and he'll like 184 out on the left, bit of herd in the air, and you just, if you're nodding off, you'll
gets you up,
and you'll be like, what's going on?
I like it.
He always comes out with some mad ones.
So what part of Jamaica is he from then? Is he Aussie?
Yeah, he's Aussie. Yeah.
Is he an ex-player as well?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love that, because he understands the game. But you've anyway. Sorry, you've been watching the Ryder Cup. What's been happening in the Ryder Cup, bro? Well, sorry, can you furnish me like the ignoramus that I am, please?
Okay, so Ryder Cup happens every 2 years.
All right.
It is USA versus Europe.
All right. Okay.
And so you have all of the players from America versus all the teams. So you have Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You have 4 balls and foursomes, which are 2 different. Easy. There are foursomes being you have a ball, and then you and your partner will use this, like one person hits, the next person hits the same ball. 4 ball, both players have their own balls, and you play like the whole, but there's 4 of you playing, hence the name. But
are you still in a team?
Yeah.
So me and you could play.
Yeah, me and you will play.
I have my ball, you have your ball.
Yeah.
Or if there's 2 ball.
No. So and then we'll be playing against, and then so let's say we're Europe.
Yeah.
And then there will be 2 Americans who also have a ball each. Yeah. Hence 4 ball.
Okay.
And then you have the singles on the last day.
What's that? Everybody out for themselves.
Yeah. So you have like you have a whole list of all the Europeans and a whole list of Americans. The captains will choose the order, and then they get put together, and you've got to get I think there's 28 points in it, 28 and a half.
Okay. And who won?
To win, no, 28 to win.
And who won this year?
Europe won.
Yes! Come on!
Hey.
Should I be happy that we won?
Yes,
yeah,
bro.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, just for the fact that USA gets hard to listen to after a while, I'm not gonna lie.
Do they ban that about quite a bit? That
mate,
chant?
Any opportunity.
Really?
Any opportunity, the chant comes out and I'm like,
man.
Yeah, and Europe, it hasn't got quite the same.
Hasn't got the quite.
Nah, we need to come up with a better.
Europe.
Or they just were singing, ole, ole, this. Yeah.
We've got pretty good chants here over in the UK though. I think we've got the best sporting chants when it comes to football or soccer. I think that's where our chants really.
Why did you say that?
Just because we're talking about UK USA, I'm just trying to appease the percentage of American audience that listen to How to Kill an Hour. But there is we've got the chance. Obviously for Arsenal, ours at the moment is Rice Rice Baby. Now come on, it's a good chant. It's catchy. It draws for the late 80s / early 90s, yeah, and not very racist as well, which is a very good thing. In football, because some of the chants that we've had at Arsenal and stuff like that have been a little bit
not PC.
Nah, especially stuff that we say about Spurs and stuff like that. But even Spurs, that's changed. Yeah, it's a tricky one. I'm not getting into that, but a lot of football chants as well. I've been like, rah. But Rice Rice Baby, I just think it is just so. It's tasty, that, isn't it? It's tasty.
Oh. Yeah,
every grain of that.
I appreciate it. Good. Oh mate, stop.
But yeah, so you've been watching Ryder Cup. How long's it last?
It's about it's about 10 to 12 hours a day, but it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Jeez. So is it one of them ones you can sit down and dual screen it? Couple emails, texts, kick it.
No, dual screen it with watching Spurs game, innit?
Seriously? What, you dual screen it with football?
Yeah, man.
Where did the audio come from though? Which audio did you select?
When the football was on, then it was the football audio.
Okay.
Yeah. I watched a couple other games as well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like what games you watch?
Wolves City.
Yeah?
Because the person I was watching was, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Wolves City.
And nothing else. Okay, cool. No. All right. Yeah, we're moving swiftly on. But do you know what though? I think I'm starting to understand the catharticness of staying in and watching a tournament like that. That's quite what I like about it is, yes, it's a lot of time, but it's over a weekend. For me, sometimes I start to lose World Cup fever. Sometimes when England get kicked out, especially if it's a shitty way to go out, and two, and I'm not saying the competition is long because it is relatively quick, it's intense football, but it is quite long to be focused on a specific thing for quite a while for me personally. So the fact that they've got it over a weekend, I like it. It feels like it's a cheeky little event that you get stuck into.
You just hunker down, you get all your supplies in.
Yeah, what supplies did you go for?
Yeah. Well, it was necessary to get all the munchies, stuff which I thought, if I'm not bothered to, we can just tuck some quick food, because I don't want to get too distracted from the golf, you know.
So go on, what's a quick food? Share it with me. What's a quick food, Sean? Go for it.
Some M&S chicken munchies with some chips, some salad and avocado.
Ooh, damn! Someone's doing all right. M&S. This isn't just any kind of munchie.
No, man, it was a special weekend. It was a special weekend, isn't it?
Nice.
Yeah, it was good fun. It was no, I mean, I can understand that it's not everybody's idea of a good time because if 15 years ago you said to me, "You want to watch some golf?" I'd be like, "No." Definitely not. No.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
But I will say this: there are certain tournaments which just gets super tense and exciting, and Ryder Cup being one of them. I used to really get into Wimbledon back in the day. I haven't done so for quite a few years, but honestly, Ryder Cup gets tense as worth a watch.
Nice. I might do snooker this time around as well when it next comes around, because again, it's not the most exciting sport. You can flip it on in the background. And there's quite a bit of time between shots because, they got to flip in chalk their cue, blow, they got to measure, get out the little tools or whatever, the protractors and stuff.
Ask for the ball to be cleaned.
Ask for the ball to be cleaned as well.
I've watched some snooker in my day, but I don't think you can compare Ryder Cup to any snooker tournament.
Do you know what gave me a lot more respect for snooker? Trying to play snooker. Because I've played on pool tables before.
Yeah. And when you play actual snooker,
it's the size of a football pitch, bruv.
Yeah.
Basically, it feels it's massive, isn't it?
Bro. And you're like 18 foot tall. So imagine for me, bro. Every shot I take, I've got to use the extension thing. It's got yellow pages of the extension thing.
That's just to do the flipping to set the balls up. But it's a massive table. That's what I didn't realize. Like, it's enormous. It's not like they're pretty much playing bowls.
And also the pockets, like the angles of the pockets compared to pool table pockets, they're much smaller and they're just a lot more. You got to be a lot more accurate.
Could a lot of these sneaker-dons, do you reckon, just retire from snooker-dons? Could they retire from snooker and just clear up at pool halls? Would they, or is it because the balls I know the balls are different sizes and stuff. But I mean, if you're smashing it on a snooker table, a pool table.
To be honest with you, I don't know. It is a very different game. Cue ball control is king in both. So maybe that would be a good one to look up.
Yeah. Okay.
Chat GPT that.
Ask Chat GPT. Yeah. I've got some Chat GPT tech that's coming up that I can talk about coming over here from another country, trying to get us a couple of pairs of these. That's what I'm going to say for us to review on the show as well. Yeah, it should be pretty cool. So that's how you've been killing time. Anything else, or you want to leave it there?
I'm going to leave it there, man. I'm going to ask you. I don't really care, but go on.
If talking about sports ain't nerdy about enough, we're about to talk about mic stuff. I don't know if you noticed, Sean, I've got a new microphone here. It's a slightly different microphone to the one you have, which is the Shure SM7B, which is like the podcasters.
Don't tell me that is the SM7DB. Yo.
Did you just read the back of it?
Yeah. Hey, it's not too bad.
It's not bad, you know. It's pretty good. You got 20/20 vision? Okay, I was going to say, because that might relate to the product I was going to talk to you about. Okay. But basically, so it's a microphone that we've been using at studio for years. I mean, that's why we sound so good. That's why we sound so goddamn sexy. But yeah, it's a really good microphone that we've been using at studio, and a thing that's always been an issue with the mic is that it's not very loud. Like, we always have to put a lot of boost on it. So especially over the last few episodes, there was a little bit of buzzing noises that we had to sort out because there was some gain coming from the desk, and there was a lead that had a lot of energy going through it, and there was some interference and stuff like that.
Okay.
And a lot of that can come from pushing up the gain on your desk. So a louder microphone helps. So basically, this microphone has, let me have a look at the back of it again, a whopping 28 decibels, hence the DB in the name.
Yeah, well, I've thought of that.
Of gain in it, and you can like literally just switch it on. So look, let me just turn down the gain. That's me turning down the gain a little bit. Flick the wrong switch, sorry. If I want to turn up the gain, there you go. That's me a bit louder, me a bit quieter, me a bit louder, me a bit quieter. Yeah, the difference.
Check my one as well. Me a bit louder, me a bit quieter.
Me a bit louder, me a bit quieter. Me a bit louder, me a bit quieter. Yeah. So basically, it's honestly like it's got me thinking. I want to change all the microphones in the studio to this.
But the difference. This is the thing that your ears are in tune. Like you can really tell the difference when you're.
Yeah. Also, with the current microphone setup, well, you've got something called an inline preamp. So you've actually got something that plugs in between where your mic is and the desk, making the volume louder because that microphone is notoriously quite quiet.
Right. Okay.
And every time you plug in an extra thing, it's one way that you can get a bit of extra feedback or noise because it's like another connection point. Yep. Whereas this mic gets rid of it because it's all inside the microphone. So I've did a YouTube video on it. I'm nerding out on it. $5 a mic though, which is a few £100 more than £150 more than what those are.
So far, is it worth the extra though?
Yeah, because because I think for me, like it makes it one less thing like when it comes to feedback on microphones. But I'd say if you didn't know what you're doing with an SM7B in terms of getting the best out of the sound, I'd say not to use it. I'd say it's like it can sound very flat if you don't know what you're doing in a microphone.
But also, how long do you reckon you would have a microphone like this for?
Ever. Honestly, out of all of the microphones I've had, I can't like Thriller was recorded on a similar microphone to that. Like that design of mic that you've got right now. Yeah. Michael Jackson recorded one of the greatest albums of all time on it. Rappers use it, beatboxers use it. Podcasters use it.
But how long do you reckon it would, if you bought one of these new, do you reckon it would last 5-10 years?
I'll be honest, Sean, I've never known one to just stop working.
So this is the thing.
Yeah.
If you're paying an extra $150 or something like that over the course of its lifetime, 10 years, that's
yeah. But if you have no budget and you're starting in the podcasting game, I'm not going to tell you to spend $5 on a microphone. Like, you get me? But if someone like who wants to, like you said, invest in themselves, but don't forget for us, Sean, like every time, like we have 4 mics in this studio. So that now very quickly becomes a lot more of an investment. Do you know what I mean? So it's like my piece though, isn't it? So. But yeah, man, honestly, it's got me thinking of maybe getting rid of these SM7Bs and getting SM7DBs all over so that we just have less fiddling around with the mics. And they look really similar. Like they look really, really close in terms of.
Yeah, I mean,
if you're watching a video right now, you couldn't really tell could you really tell the difference between them both? Looking at the screen, Sean. There you go. There's one next to it as well. Look.
I mean,
it's hard, isn't it?
To the untrained eye, definitely not. If we had some techs who like maybe they'd be like,
yeah. But then I think when you get to a certain level of audio wankiness, unless it's like for a really big kind of broadcast output, I get it. There's a certain level, but certain times people with some of their analysis of audio are a bit like, you know, I don't know. Like I feel like I know enough about audio to be like, this is good enough. But I also am able to compromise with sound as well. Like I don't know how to put it, Sean. You know, like some people's eyes so keen that no one else will notice it. So is it really necessary for you to have that level of detail? But anyway, look, I'm super nerded out. But yeah, thanks to Shaw. They sent this to me. They sent this to me so early, Sean. The packaging that they gave it to me and wasn't even the legit packaging. It was like some other packaging and stuff like that. Ooh. So yeah, man, it's fresh off the press. Man, we've nerded out today, innit?
Yeah, that was.
I know, but you know, it's time to step onto our next part of the week though, Sean, which is I ain't got the special effects, so I'll do the effects for you.
Oh, okay. Jokes of the week.
Week.
Oh, yeah, that was sick.
Six.
I can stop now, though.
No, it's not loud. Dickhead. Oh, you ain't said it yet. Shit, what's okay, Sean.
I was thinking it, though.
So basically, Sean, I've got some Halloweeny jokes. Because Halloween is coming.
It's almost upon us.
It's almost hanging over us. We can see its hairy balls dangling above our head. So the only way to survive and move forward is to tell some Halloweeny jokes. So I've got some short ones for you, Sean.
I'm not prepared, bro.
It's all right. Bring some next week, man.
Next week I'm coming.
All right.
The Halloweeny jokes.
If you want, you can come with some normally jokes first. I mean, should we do short? You do some short ones, I do some short ones, then we could get into some longer ones. Should we do that?
I've got no short jokes for you this week.
Okay, then.
Actually, I might have one or two.
All right, short jokes for me it is then. I've got none at all whatsoever. I might have some here. Okay, cool. My family says our house is haunted, but I haven't noticed anything in over 200 years.
That's shit.
No?
Oh, dude, that's terrible.
Okay. My wife wants me to dress up as a Band-Aid for Halloween.
A what?
My wife wants me to dress up as a Band-Aid for Halloween. I told her it might be a little bit difficult to pull off.
That's a rotten.
Are these really bad?
All
right. I got a few more for you then. 2 vampires were passing by a morgue. One vampire says to the other, "Want to stop and suck down a couple of cold ones?"
You know, I appreciated you sinking your teeth into that one.
Oh man, that was a biting comment. Oh man, have you? I'm gonna bat that one away.
I've got.
Can always count Dracula on you.
Oh
man. Sorry.
I've literally got.
Thanks.
Right, you're on a roll.
Go on, blood. Sorry, blood.
Calm down, bro. Start coughing in a minute. Oh, dude. I've got one. I feel like one.
Is it Halloweeny?
No, it's not. It's not. But it's a short one though.
Okay.
What do you call a hen looking at lettuce?
I don't know. What do you call a hen looking at lettuce?
Chicken Caesar salad.
You know what? That's good.
These, right?
I like that. Bing! I like that. That's a good one. I've got one more. I've got one more Halloween one for you. Actually,
Right,
I've got two more. Actually, you ready for them?
I've got one first before.
Okay,
not Halloween one.
Go for it.
You finish
Yeah, go for it then.
I was engaged to be married 5 times, but I never made it to the altar. That's a lot of near misses.
Near misses. Get it? I like that. That's good. I like that. Is it spelled MRS as well?
Of course.
Obviously. Or Mrs. Yeah, I like that. All right, I've got some slightly edgier ones now.
Easy.
Ever since I made some... Oh, not this one, sorry. Ever since I made some changes in my life, people have been saying that I have the it factor. Wow, this clown makeup and red balloon really do wonders.
I thought it was going in that direction.
All right. What was the Terminator's worst Halloween costume idea?
I don't know.
I'll be black.
Oh. I'm glad you sold that one, innit?
Yeah. It's all right. I'll throw all the Irish ones your way, bruv, in the future. Yeah. Save. All right, cool. So you got some longer ones, yeah?
I've got some long ones.
Okay, all right.
I'll start off with what I think is a banger. I'm going to also try to commit. I'm going to try to commit to this one.
All right, commit. All right, I'm with you, Sean.
A man notices a pirate and asks him, "Excuse me, sir, why do you have a hook hand?" The pirate says, yes, me hook hand. A sword cut me right below the elbow. Well, what about your peg leg then, says the man.
Yeah.
Me peg leg. A cannonball shot me right below the kneecap. What about your eye patch? Me eye patch. I was standing on the poop deck and a seagull pooped in me eye. a seagull pooped in your eye. That can't take your eye out. But you got to remember, it was the first day with my hook. I really should have practiced that one before.
A good one. The pirate accent on that was absolutely 4 out of 10.
I'll take that all day.
It was the softest pirate as well. It was like, it wasn't it. Yeah, like a really contemplative pirate. Like a nice pirate. Like, give us half your gold.
You mean nice pirate? You don't think a lot of pirates are nice?
Well, you know,
they get a bad rap.
Do you reckon they get a bad rap? Yeah. All right, fair enough. Well, I've got a boat adjacent one as well, actually.
Let's hear it.
All right. So the IRS, aka Taxman, suspected a fishing boat owner wasn't paying proper wages to his deckhand, so they sent an agent to investigate him. The agent says, "I need a list of your employees and how much you pay them." The boat owner says, "Well, there's Clarence, my deckhand. He's been with me for 3 years. I pay him £1,000 a week plus free room and board. There's also a mentally challenged guy. He works about 18 hours every day and does about 90% of the work around here. He makes about £30 a week and pays his own room and board. And I buy him a bottle of Bacardi rum and a dozen Budweisers every Saturday night so he can cope with life. And he also occasionally gets to sleep with my wife." The taxman says, "Oh, that's the guy I want to talk to then, the mentally challenged one. Let me talk to him." The boat owner says, "Oh, that'll be me. What would you like to know?"
I like that one.
I like that. Man.
One from me?
Yeah. Got a golf one for you next.
Ooh.
Look at the alignment today. It's like written in the stars.
Oh, all right. I'm going to go for this one.
Okay.
Oh, this is a short one, actually. I'll start with this short one.
Why not? Go for it.
A man comes home from a long day at work and asks his wife, "Honey, what would you do if I won the lottery?" She replies, "I'll take half and I'll leave your sorry ass." "Whoa," he said, "I just won $2 off a scratch. Here's $1. Now fuck off."
Hey, man. You want to go again with a longer one, or is it my turn?
I've got some good. I feel like I've got some decent long ones.
I've got one that I hope you like. I thought of you when I read this. A man was playing golf and forgot which hole he was at. He saw a woman ahead of him and said, "Excuse me, what hole are we at?" He saw a woman ahead of him and said, "Excuse me, what hole are we at?" The woman replied, "Well, this is my 7th and you're a hole behind, so you would be in 6th. The man says, "Ah, thanks," and returns to his hole. Smitten, he decides to go and talk to her after a few holes. "I'm sorry, could you tell me what hole we're at now?" The woman smiles. "This is 13 and you're a hole behind, so you're at 12. The man thanks her and invites her to lunch. She accepts. At the table, they're getting to know each other and the man asks, "What do you do for work?" The woman starts to blush and giggles a little bit and says, "Listen, I'll tell you, but you have to promise not to laugh." The man says, "Okay, I promise." And the woman reveals, and the woman says, "I manage a tampon factory." The man immediately falls out of his chair, laughing, rolling all over the floor. She says, "Hang on, hey, you promised." And the woman starts to look embarrassed and goes red. And the man gets up and says, look, it's cool. It's not that. It's just that I work in toilet paper, so I'm still a hole behind.
Hey, that is a good one. I like that.
That one. It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah,
Nice.
I like that one. Oh. All right. I'm going to go with this one. A guy and his date were parked on a back road some distance from town, doing what guys and girls do on back roads some distance from town. As things really started getting hot, the girl stopped the guy and said, "I really should have mentioned this earlier, but I'm actually a hooker and I charge $20 for sex." The guy reluctantly pays her and they went on with their business. After they finished, the guy lit up a cigarette, sat back in the driver's seat, stared out the window. "Excuse me, why aren't we going anywhere?" she asked. "Well, I should have mentioned this before. I'm actually a taxi driver and the fare back to town is $25. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man. All right. So, a woman comes home early and finds her husband in bed with a girl. She's furious and threatens to kill them both. And the husband says, "Believe me, darling, this is just a misunderstanding. I swear, I was driving home and we saw this young lady trying to catch a ride. So I decided to give her a lift. I asked her where she needed to go and she tells me she wants to visit some relatives but isn't sure about their address. So I took her home so she could check our phone book. Once there, I saw her dress was pretty ragged, so I decided to give her your old dress. Nearly 2 years after it's been hanging in the closet. And you never wore it anyway. Then I saw her shoes were also about to fall apart, so I gave her your old shoes, which have been doing nothing but collecting dust for 3 years. Of course, she thanked me, and then she said, 'Excuse me, sir, is there anything else in this house that your wife never uses?'"
Yes. That was a good one.
Nice.
This one tickled me.
Okay.
This one did tickle me. Ted, my friend and colleague for many years, called me into his office and told me he was worried his wife was having an affair. "I think she's having an affair with Greg from sales," he told me. I asked him, "What makes you think that?" Well, he explained, "Whenever my wife has a coffee, she mixes in a teaspoon of honey, then takes a sip and says, just like my mama used to make it." I nod. "So when I went to the break room, I saw Greg and he made himself a coffee. And he takes a teaspoon of honey and he mixes it in and he looks straight at me in the eyes and says, 'I fucked your wife.'" That is my kind of humor. It just doesn't make any sense. So great.
Oh, that's got to win joke of the week. Oh, that is the one of the week, man. All right, because we've been doing some wifey ones. I've got a one last wife one, right? Okay. The other day, I came home from work and my wife was sitting on the couch with my girlfriend. Stunned, I asked, "What's going on here?" My wife replied, "Well, you tell me." I told her, "It looks like you're sitting here with some total stranger." My girlfriend stood up and said, "Stranger? We've been sleeping together for months." I turned to my wife and asked, "My God, is this true?" little twist in it there. Yeah, I'm done with my jokes for the. I've got some more, but I think we're done for the week, man. You got any more?
I'll save them. I'll save them for next week. Collect sandwiched between some Halloweeny jokes.
Oh, nice. If people want to send us in jokes as well, I've noticed people have been sending me jokes to my Instagram account. They've been sending jokes in. If you want to send jokes, you send them to jokes@howtokillanhour.com. and we can read out some jokes, man.
And we'll shout you out.
100%. And we're also, I've noticed the Facebook group starting to kick up some energy as well. So we've got a page, but we'll have a Facebook group where we dedicate that to people posting jokes in there.
Nice.
And,
also, if you happen to make up some jokes, then you get extra kudos, and we will.
Yeah. I thought you were going to offer some financial reward there. I got really worried for a split second. We'll give you some extra kudos. I was like, that's the kind of coin that I can afford. So yeah, that's it for our jokes. So I guess it's time for, if you have some, that's cool, Sean, but I've got a few funky headlines of the week.
Kick us off.
So this isn't quite a crazy one in terms of cocaine bear style, but we just got to discuss this because at the moment of us recording this, Sean, this is one of those things that's not happening here in this country. But just like COVID was not happening here in this country, it was happening in Wuhan. Yeah, Wuhan. Yeah. And I remember being on this podcast with Funk Butcher, cracking jokes saying, Wuhan's really far away. It sounds crazy what's going on over there. Like there's this bug, and it ended up being this world devastating thing. Just down the road, and let me put this in perspective as well before we crack on to this story. France is closer to us and Sean me and Sean in London. If you're in London, or maybe if you're in, I'd say Milton Keynes, down to London area, you're closer to these bed bugs that we're about to talk about than the Scottish are, than you are to Scotland. It takes longer for us to get to, Sean, if we got in the car right now, we'd be in Scotland. We'd be in France before we got to Scotland.
Yeah, for sure.
Easily, right? So France is grappling with a bed bug infestation as authorities warn of a health problem before the Olympics. We're about to have a worldwide athletic festival where there's notoriously a lot of extra beds being used.
I was wondering where the link came there. You were like, before the Olympics. I was like, should it be after?
Well, if it was after the Olympics, cool. But so I don't know what your understanding of it is. I've been relatively ignorant, but what I understand at this moment in time, the recording of this, is for a while now, France has had a bed bug infestation, which is, all I know is it's too early for us to crack jokes about it. Because we can have a little bit of fun, but bed bugs are absolutely, they're not nice, are they, man? Like they make you itchy.
I've had to, fortunately I haven't had to deal with them, as in any property that I've been living in has had bed bugs, but I've had it where people have brought bed bugs to
you,
to certain properties, and then I've had to figure out a way of getting rid of them.
Yeah, man. And the thing is though, they're not, the thing about bed bugs which I think makes them scarier is that I think you see bed as you tell me if you're wrong, but for me, I see bed as a place of refuge. After a long day, if the weather's really cold, like it's going to be in the winter across the UK, if it's horrible, if you've had a bad day, if things aren't going right, going to bed can be the thing that fixes it for me. I was in a bit of a mood last night. Someone cracked an off-the-cuff joke at me via WhatsApp in my family, because my family's pastime to just rinse me. So I got rinsed last night as usual. Yeah, as usual. It's kind of like our friendship. Everyone just lines up to fucking punch me in the gut, proverbially, physically sometimes. But yeah. So literally, I was like, I'm not having that. And then I went, hang on, Marcus, you might just be a little bit tired. I went to bed early.
Did you refer to yourself in the third person?
Yeah, I spoke to myself like that, and I actually said, "Hey, Mark." Actually looked in a mirror and said, "Hey, Marcus." Yeah. And what's mad, Sean, is when the mirror starts talking back to you and you're not saying anything. That is when that's when you've really achieved a high level of
enlightenment,
narcissism. But I was like, go to bed. And I woke up and I felt a lot better, man. A lot better. And when you go to bed, the fact that these bed bugs can bite you, leave you itchy, you bleed a little bit, so it can leave blood on your bed, which doesn't look nice. And if they leave brown marks, it's shit. They shit as well. Yeah,
I mean, traveling in Southeast Asia, there was fortunately only a single time where I was traveling with one guy, and he literally lights have gone out, and he's just starts literally shouting. I'm like, yo, bro, what's chill? What's up? He's like, nah, bro, I've just been bitten. There's fucking bed bugs.
Oh shit!
So we and he'd experienced them previously, so we got all of our stuff, and then obviously not putting it on the bed, you want to put it elsewhere where there's not any soft furnishings or whatever. And then we had to bounce first thing in the I had to share my bed, bro. Like,
was it a single?
It was a single, so I had to like just curl up in the corner. Fortunately, he wasn't like 6'9" as well.
You didn't 69, no? Sorry, top of tail. I always get those confused. Top of tail.
Oh, it wasn't a fun experience. But unfortunately, because you have to literally like put all of your garms into like a bag, and for like 3 days to like kill them. And
yeah, man. I remember I went for coffee with someone once who was quite like open, and it was like uni time. I think had I just graduated? I don't know, whatever. But uni times, yeah. And I went for a drink with her, and she like told me that she'd had discovered bed bugs the night before. And I know it's unfair, but for the rest of the coffee, I felt like I had my back against the wall. And I know it's not necessarily dirt, right? It's an environment that they're in it. Like they thrive in soft furnishings, so that's why they love beds, innit? I know, I know that you can steam them out or whatever, and like you can have like tumble dry stuff. But I know it's not a case of I didn't wash, so I got bed bugs. No, to be fair,
it's not even
that makes it more scary for me because there's no control in there.
Yeah,
like even so, like for example, and this is me not disrespecting the gravitas that COVID has. I knew I could control my exposure to COVID to a degree, so I knew I could wipe stuff down. I could not see people and stuff like that. But bed bugs, I could be as careful as I wanted to be. But if I sat on something for a second, like if I sat on a bus seat or a train seat, however sensible I am, I could still be really at risk of something just climbing onto me.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't take public transport, then you're probably you're probably okay.
Yeah, and all our public transport has very soft stuff in it. Apart from the Bakerloo line, which seats seem to have like, well, there's some of them are better now, but some other ones they seem to have like fossilized, bruv.
Oh,
it's proper, isn't it? The Bakerloo line. I don't even think the line's brown. You know, I think it's just the paint. I think it used to be orange or like a bright yellow, but all the paint for it has just been there so long it's gone brown and rusty.
Bruv, I jumped on the Lizzie line, and I was like, yo, this looks like you're walking around being like, this looks like an airport.
Yeah,
like just everything is not, and then changed a pattern and got into the Bakerloo line, and then I was like, it's 17,000 degrees.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
It's mad.
Like Dark Ages. Like, but you know, you can, because like anyone who turns around and is like, I've got bed bugs, they would have had to have brought bed bugs, or someone would have brought the bed bugs to their flat, their house, their abode, their place of dwelling.
Yeah. Do you want to cut any more?
No, I'm done.
Where they like to hang their hat.
Yeah. So yeah, like it's I don't know how it's spread so bad, or why they seem to be unable to. You're gonna. Info for us?
No. I'm having a look at this as we talk. That's the thing. I know that they're saying it's a public health problem and that it's urgent, and the Paralympic and Olympic Games are in 2024, which is round the corner, really. And I know that it's summertime now, relatively. It's summer going into autumn. So bed bugs are only going to seek refuge in warm places, and inside is going to be a lot warmer than outside, increasingly over the next few months. So I think that's why there's a worry. And honestly, if there's a pandemic of bed bugs there, how do you stop that coming over here? There's seats. I've not been in the Eurostar for a while, but I swear the seats in Eurostar are not all leather, and there might be some leather ones, but even there's carpet. I can't remember, but there's carpet on there as well. All it takes is someone to shake a jacket and a bed bug can fall off, can't it? Or for bed bugs to be in some luggage, or like they can travel. And
they can travel.
It's not like Ebola. Do you know what I mean? Where Ebola's like, it's suited for that country, innit? Like it is. Scary.
Bed bugs can travel, but you still would have to be like. You'd have to be fairly like whatever you sat on would have to be like riddled, and it would have to go then go onto your arms, and then it's not. I'm not about bugs.
Yeah, but then France, it's happened in France, and France ain't too far away, bro. And it's quite tight there, but London ain't too. It's quite a compact area. It's because humans living on humans. So I just feel like if they get into the West End, bro, or into East London, or to get around some student ends, jeez.
If you take the tube, stand up
on the tube, people will be standing,
but then if you're like all huddled up with people,
imagine being on the tube and just looking at somebody and seeing like a bed bug crawl across their forehead. I don't know what. Yeah, so basically, there is big worry, and the state must urgently bring together all concerned in order to act on an action plan, because such is the scale of the problem in Paris that Mr. Gégeau, I think he's like the public health
minister or something.
Yeah, first deputy mayor of Paris. There you go. Said on Friday that the treatment against bed bugs should be included in home insurance deals. So, wow, that's going to be insurance companies going to be paying.
In fact, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the only people that are laughing are like extermination companies.
Yeah.
Who for them, this is like...
they're rubbing hands. I'm thinking...
They're probably going around spreading it.
Yeah, I mean, I've spoken on a few pods here and there and content, and a lot of other people have said, are we going to start up a company? Like, do we go for Ghostbusters, but have like... What could we do that's like a Ghostbusters / because you got to go with some IP that is known in it, but not so close to the... You don't want to get sued by Ghostbusters.
You don't want to be like, Bedbusters.
Bedbusters? Bugbusters? Bugbusters would be cool, wouldn't it? If you got bed bugs in neighborhood, who you going to call? Bedbusters. Buskers.
Bed buskers. That's a different thing. Yeah, we'll speak about this.
We'll pick up on this at a later time, but so basically cinemas are putting emergency procedures in place already.
Can you just do what my family do in Malaysia and just wrap everything in cling film?
Well, that's the thing, right? I've realised that's like I'm going to just use a sweeping ethnic statement. We in the native countries used to dealing with stuff like this, and it's wrapping stuff in plastic helps, and not having furnishings that are as full of foam, because obviously it's warmer anyway, innit? So you don't really need a super deep, comfy, like warm sofa because the air is hugging you. Do you know what I mean? Air's giving you a nice warm hug. But I don't know, man. But all I know is every time I talk about it, and I've been feeling like this, I've spoken to you, I feel a bit itchy. So I mean, I'm thinking about walking everywhere now, bruv. I don't want to get the train anywhere, so I'm thinking about just walking. And I did a lot of that in lockdown anyway. Like I did a lot of walking, so from the studio to West End, I'd walked in a few times. I got a few mates of ours. Nim, he walks home from West End here and there. You get me?
What about if you got an Uber? Paddington. Would you just you would grab the window and try and
hover? You'd hover off the they're the oh shit bars. That's what you call them. You'd hang onto the bars and just swing. Like core strength would be amazing.
Yeah, that's a lot. Sounds like a lot of effort.
Ubers are going to have that thing where they've got the plastic separating the driver and the passenger again.
They'll just have the plastic on the seats, right?
But when you also want to put out I don't know, just in case the person leaned over and touched you on the shoulder and a couple of bed bugs ran off.
I'm not exactly sure that's how it works.
It could though, Sean. Hypothetically, could it happen? Could it happen? Could somebody flick their arm and fire a couple of bed bugs at the back of your head if you were driving them as a Uber? Could it happen? And if it could, Sean, that is the possibility that we need to avoid.
Okay.
Do you know?
Cool, man.
Sean's like, shut the fuck up, bro. I got a fact for you if you want to do something. Have you got talking about?
I've got one.
Oh, yeah, cool. I've got a real fact for you. Not that wasn't real, the bed bugs thing, but
that's real and scary at the same time.
Yeah.
So this is in Philly, Philadelphia, not Peens.
Born and raised in the playgrounds where I spent most of my days.
So
relaxing, all good.
This guy, he tried to take his support gator into a baseball game and they didn't let him.
By the way, Sean, is this by any chance an emotional support alligator?
This is an emotional support alligator.
So you're telling me there's a man that had an emotional support alligator and they didn't let him take it to the baseball?
It's just harsh, isn't it?
Bro, there's so many wrongs in that story that I'm just going to have to ask you to give us some more information before I flipping let him have it.
So Wally, the emotional support alligator. His name's Wally. Of course he's fine. He's cute.
Yeah.
He's 5 foot long. He's still a baby.
What?
Yeah. 5 foot long baby. So Henny, this is the chap who tried to bring him in. He said, I lost 3 family members and 4 lifelong friends in 2 weeks.
To alligators.
Bro,
sorry, not to alligators.
That is a tough 2 weeks.
What?
He lost 3 family members
what?
and 4 lifelong friends in 2 weeks.
I'm sorry, I was too busy cracking the alligator joke. That is a really hard few weeks, so sorry about that, man.
Damn.
I thought that was like over his life.
2 weeks. Like, were they all individual?
Was it like a car crash or something like that, or was it like? Because if that happens, again, if you can think it can happen. Surely there's people out there where there's just been coincidences of that happening. I mean, we've had a friend that's come here from another country for 2 funerals in the same week.
Damn.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's possible.
Yeah. He says, I shut down in a big, deep depression.
Yeah.
And he told the God in 2022, soon after a doctor noticed he'd been doing better, and he said, I'm hanging out with my alligator. The duo became a viral sensation as he walked Wally about. And then, they call it a bold attempt to bring him into the stadium, and they didn't allow him to bring him in. Where do you stand on this?
Look, I'm here for any kind of support animals, right?
I'm gonna get into the jaws of this subject.
Yeah, let's get into let's. Fuck's
Go on.
I'm up for emotional support animals, right? But at the end of the day, if there's potential that animal could really like wreak havoc, then maybe it's best not to let them bring the alligator in. Because I'm going to say, Sean,
I am 100% with you on this.
Right? Because dogs are quite domesticated. They're domestic dogs. I don't know of a domestic breed of alligator yet.
What?
So, apart from this one. So what if this alligator is just flipping pissed off with like, you know, like have you ever seen like when it's like those documentaries like when killer whales turn? Do you know what I mean? Like when dolphins have had enough. And
killer was a bad example because like it's kind of in their name,
isn't it? Yeah. Well, you know what I mean?
No, but it's like dogs or even like dogs who they've just like snapped on their owner after just years of just like trauma, you know.
And in my head, I'm like, every time I feel bad for the owners and the people that are working in these things, but I feel like the animals have just gone, I'm fucking sick of this shit. That's what I feel like they're doing. Like, I'm fucking sick of this shit. Like the fucking dolphin goes, take this fucking tuna that you're throwing and shove it up your ass. Or like the dog that turns around and goes, I don't want to play fetch anymore. Fuck you. You're a good boy, bitch. Do you know what I mean? I feel like they're doing that.
Yeah.
Now with a dog, because it's domesticated, we can like manage that, right?
It can still cause some degree of havoc.
Of course. But I believe, I may be wrong, if you train a dog well and make sure it's well looked after and not bored, you should have zero problems, right? Relatively, right? To have like a happy, well brought up dog, like human, do a madness is very rare, but it can happen. However, with an alligator, its nature is to bite onto things and twist around until it gets a chunk out of them. It is one of the wildest animals. So advanced it is as a predator. It has not evolved for like millions of years. Yeah. Like it is an apex predator. It really is.
But it's a baby and his name's Waldo, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's cute. But what if Waldo's just like an apex predator going, I'm going to bide my time.
And once he's in that
so
stadium,
close to the base, he was there licking his lips, and security said no, and then he said he went, he was going to wait until like the fourth quarter of I don't know if baseball's quarters. Is it quarters? Thirds?
I don't.
He's going to wait until like the third, fourth, the fourth, third, or whatever, and then just go wild. He was so. This would have been the perfect crime for Waldo.
Yo, imagine how many years he was pretending to be a support alligator for entrance to the Philly Stadium to carry out his plot that he's been, putting together.
Could you imagine?
For years, since 2015.
Yeah, man. All the other alligators that you speak to said, bro, it's not going to work, Waldo, man. He's like, no, play the long game. Play the long game. Oh,
you just called him by his full name.
Is it? Sorry, is it Wally? Waldo. Yeah. You don't even call me my whole name. Calls me Wally. But Wally, like, you know, he was playing the long game. He's been an emotional support alligator. He found his perfect mark. He said, look, I found somebody who has had so much loss in their life, they can overlook the fact that I'm a fucking alligator.
Wally is manipulative, bro.
Alligators be manipulating, bro. Apex predators, bro. Apex predators. So how do we know that he isn't playing the long possum? The long possum game. He's playing cute. Wolf in sheep's clothing. Alligator in support animals clothing.
Just got a high vis on.
High vis on.
But you can imagine though, innit? At a baseball game today in Philadelphia, an alligator decapitated three children, and just like, yep, well, saw that coming.
Yeah. Like whenever we read those stories now, we're like, yeah. So how did an alligator come in? Well, the owner alleged that his alligator was actually an emotional support worker, and in an unimaginable turn of events. And I'm like, unimaginable? No, I could imagine this happening.
If you had let me know prior, we would have told you that this was probably going to happen.
Yeah. Imagine we went to the sports one day and we sat down and we like looked to our left and we saw an alligator just sitting next to you, like with a hat on for the team, a little one of those clackety things. Are you saying
like a foam hand? Like a corn dog.
Yeah, corn dog in one hand, maybe a beer. I'm going to be quite nervous, man. So I think the lesson that we learned from this is, look.
Call him Waldo, but like his full name.
Wally, yeah. Like Waldo, I'm on to you, bruv. Like,
we can see you.
It's not too late. You've done so much good. If you just stop now and go back to where you came from or continue the goodness, you're on the righteous path. But if you turn around and do a madness, yeah, Sean and I will take this footage as evidence and use it against you, character evidence in a court of law. I don't know if that's how law works, but I've said some lawish type words.
You did. It sounded very legit.
Objection.
Sustained.
So yeah, oh man. So yeah, honestly, I do feel sad for Wally's owner, but I will say though, at the same time,
you gotta be understanding to like. There's going to be people who are very uncomfortable about potentially losing one of their limbs whilst trying to enjoy a baseball game. Is that possible? I don't know. Can you enjoy a baseball game?
That is one of the coldest things you've said, you know. That is cold-blooded. The way that you snuck it. That was sneaking on Wally, you know. Sneaking on Wally. Did you set this whole story up just to give it? Just to rinse baseball? I reckon baseball seems like a good day out. But it seems like one of them sports where I could get away with not watching it. Like I'd enjoy the corn dog. I'd enjoy the drinks. I'd enjoy like watching all that.
So not baseball.
The hooping and hollering and hooting around it. Yeah, just the baseball bit's a little bit boring, but we have got cricket over here, which is similar, right?
It's not similar.
Is it not?
It's not.
In terms of pacing?
I would also say that like Test cricket is 5 days and you can draw.
That's long. That is the opposite of Ryder Cup, bruv. Because Ryder Cup's like wrap it up in 3 days. 5 days for a draw.
Yeah, 5 days for a draw. So yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, I would say I wouldn't like to. I'm not going to put them in the same ballpark.
Okay. Oh,
sorry.
Fucking hell, you've been swinging today, bruv. That's out.
Boy.
Can I pitch another idea to you right now? One more before you finish.
Yeah. You actually, it's like Dragons Den, bro.
You actually let me get away with that. Yeah? Pitch. Did that go over your head? Oh, come on. Add a bit of spin on it. What I just said.
a bit of sauce.
Bit of spin. Oh man.
You know, that's what they call they call that in, I think, is it basketball? Is it golf? When they put spin on it in golf. When we put spin on the ball, they call it putting a bit of sauce on it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, bro.
We need to take that to other sports. I'd love that. Put a bit of sauce on it.
Yeah. I want to hear that in the Premier League.
If I get into sports commentary, I will make sure I slip in the sauciest words, bro. I want to create vernacular. I want, because there's ways you can do commentary. You can have key phrases that bang, which I think is good.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. They think it's all over. It is that. Come on, classic, right?
And what was the one for the City when they won in the last minute? And it was like, drink it in.
Yeah, drink it in, lads. Yeah, like that. But I'd like to also be the one that just throws the little nuggets in all the time. Like I'll be dropping them in. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's got more. I'll be like, that's got more sauce in it than a Heinz factory. Do you know what I mean? I like that kind of stuff.
Have you not? Do you know who Ray Hudson is?
No.
So he's a Northern Irish football commentator, and he says the most outlandish stuff. He goes, "Oh, it's a dream, a wet dream of orgasmic proportion." Yes, he comes out with some mad ones.
That's what you want.
Send you a video.
Yeah. Send me a video. We need to check him out on the show next week. Bring him on the show and we'll check him out. 100%.
Like
that. I like
kills me.
Cammy, like obviously big respect to Cammy. I know Cammy's been known for his kind of comedy blunders as well, but some of the stuff that he says is iconic. In there like a ferret about like that kind of stuff. Like, come on, give it to me. I love that kind of stuff. So like, bring that, man. So if I was doing sports commentary, I would. Really sad that Fan Zone has gone now from Sky. Do you remember that Sky used to have Fan Zone where it was like
to be honest, I never really. I saw little clips of it, and it was pretty funny, but I never actually like.
I reckon they should go for it. They could make a whole show out of it. Just get two comedians to do the live commentary every single time. Right. Anyway, Sean, before we get out of it, I've got a quick facts for you. Right.
Okay.
You actually lose a large percentage of your taste buds while on a plane. This might explain a lot about those less than stellar in-flight meals, or why you find yourself craving the saltiest foods whilst you're in the sky.
Have you got any like scientific reasoning behind this?
I am on the BBC Future website, bro. Yeah. Okay. Now, if that's not a responsible source, I don't know what.
No, I didn't say that your source was.
I felt the aggression in what you said.
No. I wasn't checking your source.
The way you pointed that accusatory finger at me, bro, it was like. If it was a gun, it would have been a Magnum 44, like Dirty Harry, bruv.
I was intrigued as to the science behind it.
Okay, right. So when your taste buds are way above the clouds, your normal sense of taste goes right out of the aeroplane's window. Yeah?
Oh, God. Keep going, man. So your taste buds and sense of smell are the first thing to go at 30,000 feet, says Ross Brown, director of in-flight dining and retail at American Airlines. Oh, you would say that, wouldn't you? And that's what I'm saying, bro. This guy, he's like, our meals don't taste shit. It's just that your taste buds are when on a plane in the sky. Sure, Ross. I don't even know if that's his name or whatever.
His name's Russ, but you call him Ross. That's how disrespected it. When you're like, whatever, Chris. Hey, my name's Ross. All right, Cross.
Shut up, Ross.
All right, whatever, Chris. So flavour is a combination of both, and our perception of saltiness and sweetness dropped when we're in a pressurized cabin. Everything that makes up the in-flight experience, it turns out, affects how your food tastes. Food and drink really do taste different in the air compared to the ground, says Charles Spence, professor of experimental psychology at Oxford University. There are several reasons for this: lack of humidity, lower air pressure, and the background noise. Background noise?
Are we talking about background noise from a taste perspective?
Maybe noise could. If somebody was in my ear going while I was eating my favourite food, wouldn't enjoy it as much, you know. Can noise affect what you enjoy? Have you ever had?
I mean, the smell obviously plays a big part. Because I learnt.
Are you going to hit us with that fact, aren't you? Go on.
No, I'm not going to do it now.
Oh, you got to do it. You got to do it.
No.
You got to do it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do it smugly.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You learn. Come on.
No, honestly,
our listener is on the edge of their seat right now. They're about to close the podcast and listening to a proper science podcast.
Skittles. No, bro. Hey, listen. Supposedly, Skittles all taste the same. They just change the fragrance, the scent of the Skittles, and that's what makes you perceive it as orange or blackcurrant or strawberry or lemon or lime.
Okay.
So we're going for the sour flavors. No, I'm joking.
So then I get it then. So really though, in effect though, changing, because taste is like 70% smell or whatever.
Is that right?
Something like that. That's the facts I thought you were going to hit us with. That's like
no. But I mean, is that a fact, or is that you just made?
I may have just pulled the numbers out, but I've let the sky. But I think it is like more of your smell is used within taste, and you think so. that is actually proven with the Skittles fact that you just dropped.
I mean, also the fact that if you have a blocked nose and you try and eat something, most of the time you can't taste too much.
Yeah. Think about it. If you're eating dinner and someone was to, I was going to say something so disgusting, wipe something disgusting on your top lip, whatever you're eating, you're not enjoying it, innit? Oh, I'll let your mind decide what that disgusting thing is. It's better that I didn't say it, innit? Because it means you've picked something worse. I don't know what I'm thinking. You could be thinking like, oh my gosh, guacamole, no.
I love guacamole.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm good.
That was a euphemism for baby shit.
Come on.
Sorry. Anyway, right. Sorry, Sean. Dog shit. Dryness and low pressure. When you step on an aeroplane, the atmosphere inside the cabin affects your sense of smell first. Then as the plane gets higher, the air pressure drops while humidity levels in the cabin plummet. At 30,000 feet, humidity is less than 12%, drier than most deserts. Christ. That's why you lot, maybe, did you notice that when we last went away on our little yearly trip, that when I'm on a plane, I put a mask over, I did this before COVID, I put a mask over my face still. Because the mask just stops me losing that little bit of extra moisture. Because if I sit on a plane for like longer than 3 hours and I fall asleep and start catching flies and my mouth open, guaranteed sore throat for like 3 days. Okay. Maybe even a cold. So I literally cover my face. I look a bit like I have a sensory overload problem because I've got like an eye mask on, face mask on, and headphones on at the same time.
Damn.
So nice, bruv. Damn. But yeah, so yeah, drier than most deserts. I don't know. Do you get this as well, or is it just me being weird? Yep.
No, I mean, I like. There's a lot of times where people will be like, "Oh, I've got sore throat and X and Y because I've just been on a plane." So you know,
yeah, I mean, you just rinsed what I say when I come off a plane. Oh, well, why are you using that voice for me for? Why are you using the voice? That's the voice you use for me.
I rinse it anytime.
Oh, why are you sound like an old person? Oh dear. Fuck's sake.
Oh, I'm too tall. Oh, the seat's pushing into my knees.
Oh, dread.
Oh, this must be so tough being tall.
Dread, man. Dread. Yeah, I remember you when it's time to get your luggage out the overhead locker in it. So. Right. Anyway, the combination of dryness and low pressure reduces the sensitivity of your taste buds to sweet and salty foods by about 30%, aka 1/3. I did that in. According to
sick maths, bro. Let me write that down.
Just less than a third. According to a 2010 study conducted by Germany's Fraunhofer Institute for Building Physics, commissioned by German airline Lufthansa, to investigate, the researchers used a special lab that reduced air pressure, simulating cruising at 35,000 feet, which is also 10.6 kilometers, as well as sucking moisture out of the air and simulating engine noise. It even made the seats vibrate as an attempt to mimic in-flight meal experiences. Interestingly, the study found that we take leave of our sweet and salty senses only. Sour, bitter, and spicy flavors are almost unaffected. That's why that Bloody Mary tastes so banging up there. But it's not just our taste buds. Up to 80% of people think it's taste. It is in fact smell. We need evaporating nasal mucus to smell, but in the parched air cabin air, odor receptors do not work properly, and this effect makes food taste twice as bland. It also would make all Skittles taste the same.
What? You're...
So airlines have to give in-flight food an extra kick by salting and spicing it much more than a restaurant would at ground level. Proper seasoning is key to ensure food tastes good in the air, says Brown at American Airlines. Often recipes are modified with additional salt or seasoning to account to the cabin dining atmosphere.
No wonder you're so flipping thirsty. Like, you're in a place where it's just sucking all of your moisture anyway.
Yeah.
And also they're just like putting enough salt on your food. So
yeah, man. And also like good point, bro.
So sick one.
Do you know what threw me? Is I was just trying to get some more info at that article, and they said that umami notes of tomato juice are stronger in the air than on the ground. And I did just mention, and I hadn't read that bit because I hadn't researched as far into this article before I brought it to you. People say that nasal sprays, if they help, if they use those, that can help. And umami taste, these are random facts they've got in. Umami tastes are actually enhanced by loud background noise as well, apparently.
What is this thing about noise and taste being and smell being linked? I was massively unaware of this.
Yeah.
Until this enlightening moment.
There you go.
I also now want to take some plain food and then wait until we land.
What if it bangs?
Go out and then try it and maybe you try it and you'd be like, man, this is super salty. Like,
we're getting on a plane in a few weeks, so maybe we should get a food.
Get the food.
Get some food and bring it down with us. But the airline that we're flying with is probably going to charge us £700 for the food.
Worth it. 100% worth it.
For science.
The science. For science.
Okay, cool.
For science.
All right then. Should we do it?
Yeah, man, I'm on it.
All right, cool. Yeah, Let's do it, man. But yeah, there you go. So in essence, I didn't even do that. Oh, a little song at the end of comedy at the end of it. Do you like that? A little sprinkle. Fucking hell, curved it, had a bit of sauce on that. Fucking hell. Man. Damn, man. It's like I've just assaulted the words, innit? Aggressively.
Stop that. Just
assault. It's worse than a pepper.
I think we.
All right, let's land this episode now.
Hey, come on, let's get back to ground, bro. Let's do this.
Thank you for listening to this episode of. Actually, wait. Let's give you the fact again one more time, just to be super clear. Did you know? Fact, you actually lose a large percentage of your taste buds whilst on a plane, and that might explain a lot about why those less than stellar in-flight meals. I've messed up. You actually lose a large percent. Did you know you actually lose a large percentage of your taste buds when on an aeroplane? That might explain. Well, you know what? I think I said it good enough. Yeah, go on.
What am I going with? You actually lose a large percentage of your taste buds.
Sorry. So what does it say? Sorry, is it the top line?
You actually lose a large percentage of your taste buds while on an aeroplane. This might explain a lot about those less than stellar in-flight meals or why you find yourself craving the saltiest foods while in the sky.
There we go. And that's it. But that's been this episode of How to Kill an Hour. I've had a laugh, Sean, man. I've enjoyed myself. It's been really, really good. Make sure you follow us on Facebook. We've got clips up there. We're going to open up the Facebook group where you can share jokes in there as well.
Please do.
Or if you want to send a joke to jokes@howtokillanhour.com, that's great. I'm at Marcus Bronzy on all social medias. Where are you, Sean?
I'm at Sean's house. Flat. Abode.
Where he hangs his hat.
Place of dwelling.
And his shoes.
Hanging hat location.
Yeah. Home is where the heart is.
That.
Peace.